Hello and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use coal shampoo to treat seborrheic dermatitis, and I'll also be sharing with you guys the coal shampoo that I've been using recently and how to use it for optimal results. So let's get to it. So seborrheic dermatitis is a chronic inflammatory condition that occurs on the skin. In this video, I'll be discussing seborrheic dermatitis primarily relating to the scalp rather than other areas of the skin. And the reason we get seborrheic dermatitis on the scalp is thought to be caused by the changes in the skin due to a common skin organism called Malassezia yeast. I made another whole video about Malassezia yeast and oil, which I will link for you guys, which kind of talks a bit more about Malassezia yeast in more detail if you guys want to check that out. So with that being said, the treatment of seborrheic dermatitis does require shampoos that contain antifungal properties in order to combat the Malassezia yeast. My seborrheic dermatitis was triggered back in 2017, and ever since then I've had to work consistently to keep my flare-ups at bay. And unfortunately, there is no cure for seborrheic dermatitis. All we can do is work to treat the symptoms and prevent flare-ups. If you've watched some of my older videos, then you'll actually see that I use a product called Nizoral, but it's actually way more expensive over here in the UK than it was in Thailand. So I thought to myself, I'll just try out a new shampoo for now. There's no harm. If I don't like it, I'll just go back to using Nizoral. So there are a variety of different products / ingredients that can be used for the treatment of seborrheic dermatitis. And as noted, ketoconazole is a popular ingredient used in the shampoo Nizoral that I spoke about before. It has antifungal properties. I was actually prescribed a coal shampoo a long time ago when I was having a really bad flare-up in Thailand. So whilst I was looking for a new shampoo, I thought, why not search for a shampoo that contains coal in it? Because I knew from my prescription back in Thailand that that is an ingredient that can be used to help treat seborrheic dermatitis. And I came across this Neutrogena TGel shampoo, and I thought, why not? It's cheaper than Nizoral and it had equally as good reviews. You know, if it sucks, I'll just buy Nizoral again. There's no harm to it. Why coal tar? Coal tar has antifungal properties within it, and some studies have shown that coal tar can be used to decrease sebum production. So it is a good product for fighting the fungus, preventing inflammation, which is what causes you to want to itch your scalp, and it can also decrease that sebum production, which is what we know the Malassezia yeast tends to feast off of, which is what causes our seb derm to flare up. If you're having a really bad flare-up, then it is recommended that you use the coal tar shampoo every single day until your flare-up becomes a bit more mild, which you can then use twice weekly as needed, and then going forward you can use it once a week just to prevent any kind of relapse from happening. I had a look at a study, and this seems to be the general consensus when using products like ketoconazole or selenium sulfide or coal tar. So if you're watching this and you are using Nizoral, then that is also the recommended method. So just anecdotally, I have been using this product for around 6 weeks as of now, and I haven't had any major flare-ups of my seborrheic dermatitis. Prior to using this, I was having some really bad flare-ups, but I mean, that could be attributed to anything. I was going through a pretty stressful period in my life, and also a lot of changes in regards to weather and environment. So that could also be the reason I was having really bad flare-ups. And just remember, my flare-up was under control prior to starting this shampoo. Shampoos like this are used to treat mild seborrheic dermatitis. So if you are having a really bad flare-up, then it is recommended that you use another product to calm the flare-up down, and then use this as a preventative kind of measure, if that makes sense. How long should you use the shampoo for? Again, it's noted that this kind of shampoo should be left on the scalp for at least 5 minutes. Usually it's recommended that you leave it on your scalp for 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure that your scalp has had enough exposure to the ingredients within the shampoo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very impatient. So I always make sure I have something to shave on the day just to keep me busy whilst I'm waiting for the shampoo to kind of set on my head. And or even sometimes if I can be bothered, I will just turn the shower off and just wait for the shampoo to soak in my hair. But I have eczema and that's not the best thing for eczema, and that is a whole other story within itself. So yeah, just find something to keep yourself busy whilst you're waiting for the shampoo to soak into your head. So this shampoo is around £5 for 250 millilitres of shampoo, and I'm just referring to the Amazon price here. I believe in Boots it's around £6.99, and as you may have seen me mention in some of my other videos, I do a subscribe and save on Amazon, so things just end up being cheaper. So if you're going to use something consistently, then I do recommend buying it on Amazon and signing up to a subscription just to save yourself a little bit of money. I had a look at Nizoral, and Nizoral is £6 for 60 millilitres. This is by no means a comparison of Nizoral versus Coal Shampoo. It's just if you fancy something a little bit cheaper, then this is the option that is going to be more bang for your buck and effective in helping with mild seborrheic dermatitis. My opinion of this shampoo. Now, smell. I feel like smell is a very big thing when it comes to shampoos, but the smell of any kind of shampoo that is for seborrheic dermatitis does not really smell good. I'm just gonna throw it out there. This does have a coal smell to it, but honestly, I really think smell is not something you care about when you're having a flared up scalp. Getting rid of the flare up or helping with the flare up is way more important than the smell. So smell is something I really don't care about. I think Neutrogena have done a really good job at kind of masking that coal smell, because compared to the shampoo that I was prescribed in Thailand, this is a lot more mild than that shampoo. Like, I could not stand the smell of that shampoo in Thailand. So if you think this is bad, you just know that Neutrogena have done something to kind of mask the horrible smell that comes with coal. In terms of lathering, this shampoo lathers really well, which means sometimes you don't have to use as much of the product. But I will note, just as a warning, due to the consistency of the product, when you squeeze it, a lot will come out at once. So just be careful with how much pressure you're applying to the bottle. Other than that, it lathers really well, which is something I like personally from a shampoo. I know a good lather isn't the be all and end all of a shampoo, but I think it just adds to that psychological feeling of cleanliness. In comparison to Nizoral, it does lather a lot better than Nizoral. And again, I'm not trying to compare. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea for those of you that have used Nizoral in the past, because Nizoral does have a kind of sticky, thin feeling to it, and it does make lathering quite difficult, and it makes you feel like you have to use a lot of Nizoral to get the product all over the scalp, whereas this lathers very well with a little amount of product. And in terms of how long this shampoo is going to last, me and my partner have been using this for the last 6 weeks, and we're probably only halfway through the bottle. So if you were going to do some sort of subscribe and save, you probably would only need to order this every 8 weeks to 10 weeks. So it does last a good amount of time. And just remember, if you are someone who has long hair, you don't necessarily need to make sure that the product is all over your hair. Just make sure you get a good amount on your scalp and that you massage it into your scalp. And that is the area that you primarily need to put the shampoo. So don't worry about putting it absolutely everywhere and running out of shampoo because you do have long hair. Just concentrate on getting it on your scalp, which is the area that is affected by dermatitis. So overall, I would definitely say this shampoo is bang for your buck in terms of something that you're going to use to help with your seborrheic dermatitis, especially as one study that I looked at said that it was just as effective at treating fungus as Nizoral shampoo, so that is something worth keeping in mind. However, this study did also go on to note that there are potential side effects that come with using coal shampoo, and the safety profile of coal tar is still unknown, so do proceed with caution when you are using a product like this. And this is actually something I didn't know before making this video, so that is another reason it is very important to do your research when looking at products to use on your skin and your hair. But for now, I'll continue to use the shampoo. Maybe I will use it a bit less than I am probably using about 3 times a week, which is unnecessary, so I should probably start using it once a week in conjunction conjunction with another shampoo and see how that kind of goes. If this product is not available to you for whatever reason, then I have linked below some other coal tar shampoos in the description below. They're not shampoos that I have used personally, they are just other shampoos that contain the coal tar ingredient. And that is pretty much it. Let me know if there are any other shampoos that you want me to have a look at in relation to treating seborrheic dermatitis, and maybe I'll do some type of mini shampoos for seborrheic dermatitis kind of series. So thank you guys for watching. If you found this video useful, be sure to give it a like, and if you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.